It is a story you'll only see on NBC 26. Along the I-41 corridor, human trafficking is a growing problem.
Advocacy groups say it's happening in every country, but Milwaukee, Appleton, and Green Bay are some of what they call quote-unquote hotspots for sex trafficking in the state. NBC 26's Marissa DiCandido has more on what's being done to fight the problem.
The girl that's involved was actually a straight-A student and a cheerleader. And
For Appleton Police Lieutenant Steve Elliott, human trafficking is far from a victimless crime.
We realized that there was heavy coercion and manipulation going on in many different ways.
In all his years fighting the problem in the Fox Valley, one story stays with him.
A young woman had fallen in love with a trafficker. She thought that this trafficker was her boyfriend. The trafficker boyfriend got along very well with her and her small child.
He gained her trust so much that she allowed him to move in with them.
One day the victim came home to her quote-unquote boyfriend and the child wasn't there. And at that point that switch flicked and the personality changed, and the then trafficker, which is now known to this woman, basically said, if you want to see your little one again, you're going to go have sex for money. Anyone who's a parent would understand, or anyone who has a little one that they love, how horrible that would be to find out that you didn't know where they were, and you would probably do anything to get that person back.
According to Lieutenant Elliott, that's one misconception, that traffickers are abducting their victims. He says what they actually do is a process called grooming.
Talk about the flattery and gifts, the older boyfriend promising of adventure and travel. They isolate these girls,
making young victims think they're dating, preying on their vulnerabilities.
It's not what you see in the movies. It's not that van that drives up and picks up that girl.
Don Quate is part of the organization Five Stones. They work with Lieutenant Elliott and other Fox Valley groups, educating people on the problem and connecting victims with resources.
It's very hidden.
She says the biggest problem is getting victims help that actually works.
Because it can take 7 to 10 years of just basic services to get a victim to a survivor.
There's still a misconception that trafficking doesn't happen here in Northeast Wisconsin, but advocates say the I-41 corridor makes it easy for traffickers to bring victims north from Milwaukee.
You need men, because that's usually the people who are buying the sex. You need hotels or motels. You need computers and highways. That's all you need.
In Outagamie County, law enforcement and advocacy groups have come together in a steering committee to fight the problem and educate people.
You can't arrest your way out of this problem. It's absolutely impossible.
That's why they're raising awareness, letting people know the problem is out there and that it can happen to any child. For NBC 26, I'm Marissa DiCandido.